Good afternoon. I'm WJCL 22 Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Nelson with this live weather update. A tornado warning just issued for part of southeast Georgia. This is for south central areas of Jeff Davis County. This replaces the severe thunderstorm warning. At least it was over that part of the county. So if you're in Denton this second, you need to be taking your tornado precautions. Head to the safest place in your home, office, or the location that you're at right now. The tornado warning goes until 4:15. We will stay on the air to let you know where this is tracking, safest spot to be, and some of the cities within the path of that. Again, it's for Jeff Davis County, but if you're up around Montgomery, Toombs County, maybe into Appling County, you need to keep a close eye on this because the rotation has began to tighten up. It's radar indicated right now, but we can do several things here at WJCL 22. We're the first station on the air to bring you this life-saving information potentially if a tornado does touch down here. So we'll get to our velocity right over the Denton area, and we're going to get laser focused on that area right now because that's the community in Jeff Davis County that the rotation right now here it is right along Highway 221. So this just passed by the Lehigh area there just outside of Jeff Davis County. So many lightning strikes. All of the white dots that you see right here, that is lightning, and we also think there's probably a hail core with this, so watch out for hail at least the size of quarters. We have team weather coverage here. Meteorologist Victoria Kokinos is also in our weather center right now, and she'll be also passing along some updates. So the rotation that we're concerned about just to the southwest of the Denton area, and it is lifting at least at last check, you said north to around northeast?
Right now it's moving northeast now at 20 miles per hour.
Okay, so that would bring this over Denton again in very short order. You need to take your tornado precautions right now. If you're in the Brooker area, a little bit more to the north on Highway 221, you need to be doing the same thing. We'll go back to the traditional radar view, and this tornado warning goes until 4:15. This is where we also think there's probably some hail right now. We can show you where that hail core is located here. Look at that right now. At least quarter-size hail being indicated with this, all lifting its way off to a north-northeasterly direction. This will be centered right over the Denton area in Jeff Davis County. We're going to put our warnings back on here and also zoom out to give you a little wider perspective of where this warning is at and some of the cities within the path of that. So we'll zoom things out here. There we go. Jeff Davis County. You're under the gun right now with this tornado warning. Rotation being indicated. It's about to move right over Denton. And if at any second you get any storm reports, feel free to just hop in here and let me know. You need to be in your safe spot in this south central area of Jeff Davis County. This isn't a real fast moving storm. So if you're in the northern part of the county, Hazelhurst, you're not included in this warning right now, but you need to be monitoring this in case you would need to take shelter at a moment's notice. Keep in mind, when we talk about a tornado warning, that means you need to take some sort of action to keep you and your family safe, and that would be moved to an interior room of your home away from windows. I know all of us have been through tornado warnings many times before, but now this area of Jeff Davis County, it's time to take your tornado precautions. Let me move this out of the way. I'll show you the tornado warning goes until 4:15. So if you live within these red lines, head to that safe spot right now. We're going to take the warnings off here for a second because what I want to do, obviously we can see Denton right there, and we're going to zoom out just a little bit, and then we'll put a storm track on this. We also have some cameras scattered across southeast Georgia, so at some point we may be able to show you some visuals down around that Jeff Davis area. We'll do a little bit of a storm analysis here. Moving in this northerly direction, close to 20 miles per hour. So the Brooker area, 349, that's pretty much on top of you right now. Up next would be Roper at 403, Hazelhurst at 418, Lumber City at 425, and Jordan at 446. So even though this is on the sort of the far outer areas of the WJCL 22 viewing area, we are going to stay on for the duration of this warning because up next would be Montgomery, Toombs County. If this would turn a little more to the northeast, potentially western Appling County. And then if you're in Tattnall County, also watch this. Something we're also going to keep a very close eye on is our southern tier areas like Bacon and Pierce counties, because this extends much farther out, the thunderstorms. So we are in our tornado watch in those areas a little bit farther down to the south. So those thunderstorms lined up around Jacksonville, and this is the line that certainly could have thunderstorms that rotate, prompting additional tornado warnings. Tornado watch is for this southern tier area until 7 p.m. So we have several hours ahead of us where we could potentially have severe weather that may lead to tornado development. In just a moment here, I'll toss it over to Victoria Coquino so you can give us a little update from what you're seeing there. We are definitely going to keep the radar on here, and I'm going to loop this and zoom back in because we want to give everyone in that Jeff Davis County area a big time heads up that there may be a tornado tracking through your county right now. Right here is Denton along Highway 221. We'll actually stop the radar so you can get the most up-to-date information and also take a look at the velocity one more time. Potentially a tornado in this area. This is over Denton right now, tracking its way to that northerly direction. And you have direct communication with the National Weather Service out of Charleston, Jacksonville, and Atlanta. All of them have eyes on us here across coastal Georgia and the low country. So they are laser focused on this and have the communication with the National Weather Service spotters. What are you hearing?
So we haven't had any update for the tornado warning, but earlier there was a storm spotter in Jeff Davis, and they did see that funnel cloud that was forming, and that's what's showing the rotation right now that's moving over Denton. You can see over 221 where that rotation is. So we haven't had any updates on if there are any trees down for the moment, but we did have that funnel cloud spotted just a few minutes ago with that rotation. So that does tell us there is a spotter on the ground. So as these updates come through, we'll be able to continue to update, and we are seeing that rotation. That's where that dark blue is right there.
Yeah, so what you're looking at right here is what is called shear tracks. That is an x-ray of the thunderstorm. It determines where the rotation is at and then plots it sort of over that area that it's moving. You get an idea. This has gone from the West Green area, crossed over Highway 221, and it is somewhere now in the vicinity of Denton. This doesn't mean that the tornado has been actually spotted on the ground. Could be radar indicated, but this is where the radar is indicating that rotation. What we can also do here with our analysis and training is we have these debris trackers, and so far right now to our trained eye, we're not seeing any anomalies on the radar that would say, hey, there's debris being lofted into the air. So that is actually good news. So at the moment, we still think this is probably a radar indicated tornado, but it certainly is something you need to take seriously because it's pretty clear to us there is rotation right now. And all these white dots that you see, those are lightning strikes. This is a very intense thunderstorm, as the National Weather Service described it, a supercell thunderstorm right now that's over the Jeff Davis area. And besides the rotation, there could be some large hail contained within this, maybe around quarter size, right along Highway 221. So if you're in the Denton area, not only concerned about potential for a quick spin-up tornado, also some hail. So if you are in advance of this, north of the Denton area, time to move your vehicle under the carport, in a garage, maybe into a sheltered area that blocks it from direct exposure to anything falling out of the sky, which in this case would potentially be some quarter-size hail, at least at this second. We're going to take it back to the radar view here and also throw the warnings on in case you're just joining us here. WJCL 22, once again, the first station on the air to cover this tornado warning, which is in Jeff Davis County. It goes until 4:15, so it's 3:51 right now. We will stay on until this is expired or an all clear is given. But again, there's a tornado watch for our southern tier counties until 7 p.m. So we could be far from done in terms of severe weather as we go through the next several hours. We're going to throw it here to our home view for just a second and give you a little wider perspective because a lot of people are focused in on what's going on maybe in the Hilton Head Island area. The RBC Heritage has been under a weather delay. That is for lightning. They are about to be in the clear there, and then there's this huge gap that they should be able to continue first round action. This is what we're really laser focused in on, though, is this flank of thunderstorms down to our south. And we'll move the radar up here because it extends all the way from St. Augustine through Jacksonville, curves its way into southeast Georgia, and then makes its way here into our southern tier counties. And any one of those thunderstorms could have a little bit of rotation within those. and this one had just enough in Jeff Davis County to prompt that tornado warning. What we want to do, though, is certainly keep everyone in that county up to date, exactly where the rotation is at, where it may be headed next. Looks like there could be a little bit of a notch working in here. I'm going to stop the radar and we'll do a little more analysis, and so far just radar indicated tornado.
So the latest update just came out and they said tornado possible. So that tells us that funnel cloud from earlier hasn't touched the ground. So it's still just radar indicated. You can see the rotation right now. It's moving right over Denton with all that lightning. So it's still radar indicated. It hasn't been confirmed just yet, but there are spotters in the area. So we're waiting on some updates to come in. Okay,
and one thing that we always want to stress to our viewers is the radar data that we get is directly from the National Weather Service, their NexRad radar system, but also it could be 1 or maybe 2 minutes delayed from when that scan goes out. Once in a while you'll see the radar beam kind of going around here. So that would mean always anticipate this is maybe just a couple miles farther off to the north. So right now this is probably directly over Denton, maybe just moving to the north of there. That's the rotation that prompted this tornado warning for Jeff Davis County. It goes until 4:15 this afternoon, and this has been moving almost parallel to 221. Just an awful drive on there right now. Blinding rain, tons of lightning. We think there's been some hail pouring out of this thunderstorm, and also on top of that, potential for maybe a funnel cloud or even a tornado. So this is the rotation that we're keeping a close eye on right now. So far, radar indicated, but again, we can do a little more storm analysis just to see. So far, I do not have any indication from our debris tracker that debris is being thrown aloft, whether that's branches, leaves, shingles, parts of buildings. So we think right now that rotation still is just radar indicated, but this is for Jeff Davis County. And then up next potentially could be Montgomery, Toombs County, maybe a little bit of Appling County. We'll have to wait to see exactly where this tracks as we go through about the next 5 to 15 minutes. So a little more look here up to the north. So there's Hazelhurst, and Hazelhurst in here, Montgomery County, Toombs County. So we'd be looking at Lyons, Vidalia, Toombs Central, Baxley. We'll watch the thunderstorms to your south. This one likely will be scooting a little bit off to your west and north, but the tornado watch does include areas near and south of the Altamaha River, and that goes until 7 p.m. this evening. As we've been trying to show you here, it's not only the potential for a tornado, we also have some very large hail. Are they saying about quarter size or maybe ping pong ball size hail contained within that?
Yeah, they had hail up to about 1 inch within that storm. So that's in the severe thunderstorm warning too, and that warning itself goes until about 4 o'clock. So even if you're outside the tornado warning, we still have that strong thunderstorm moving towards Hazelhurst.
Okay, so the hail tracker right now is showing that hail core pretty much on top of the Denton area right now, Highway 221. It's going to continue its progression to the north and east. If you live within these red lines, that's the tornado warning. It goes until 4:15 this afternoon. You need to take your tornado precautions to protect yourself, your family right now. Don't go outside. Don't go look for the tornado. Oftentimes these get rain wrapped. This is just a little mini supercell thunderstorm that is traveling off to the north. And I can show you where we think if there is a tornado. It's very close to the Denton area right now. You get that brighter green next to some of the reds, and that just to us indicates the rotation that the radar is picking up. So any storm spotters right now in that area will be relaying their information. They can send it to the National Weather Service. If we ever get storm reports from viewers or others that are out in that area after the storm safely passes, we don't want to have you leave your safe spot right now in Jeff Davis County. If you are taking shelter from this storm, we want you to stay safe. What we'll do is back the view out here a little bit because we are noticing this will be crossing over the Denton area, and we're also close to 4 p.m. About 15 minutes or so left on this tornado warning, and then some areas up to the north will likely be put under a warning as well. So we can move this down a bit, and then we'll do some storm tracking. Hazelhurst, I know you're very interested in what's up next with this storm. So we'll put our storm track on it, and as of last check, it was about 20 miles per hour, the movement?
Yes, north at 20 miles per hour.
Okay, so we'll just slice it in this area, and we'll go about 20 miles an hour off to a northerly direction. Brooker at 357, which is right now actually, so that is in your area. Roper at 412. Hazelhurst, all of our friends out there in the Hazelhurst area, watch this one closely. You still have about a half hour to prepare. Stay weather aware and keep it right here to WJCL 22. We'll let you know if a warning gets extended into your area. And then Tallahassee, Georgia at 437. So we're looking up a little bit farther in this direction. So this is going to move over the central part now of Jeff Davis County. We'll see some of the other thunderstorms start pushing into maybe Bacon County, Appling County, Montgomery, and Toombs County. You also have that threat of some strong or severe thunderstorms as we go through this afternoon. So that is a look now at some of the cities within the path of this storm. This has been radar indicated rotation so far. Obviously, if that changes, we will definitely let you know. Whether it's radar indicated or a tornado on the ground, treat it the same. Head to your safe location. If you hang out there 5 or 10 minutes, you stay safe. The storm goes by, and we'll give you the all clear. So all clear right now down around that county line area. Outside of some rain, rumbles of thunder, the rotation is gone from your area. So extreme areas of southern areas of Jeff Davis County definitely can clear you out, but not around Denton and that Brooker area quite yet, because we're going to continue to watch that cell as it tracks its way off to the north and east. This is somewhat of a slower moving cell, as Victoria mentioned, about 20 miles per hour to a northerly direction. All kinds of lightning is still being indicated with that. Have you seen anything new coming out of Jeff Davis County?
So they are still continuing the warning until about 4:15, and they are still saying it's radar indicated. So there hasn't been a tornado spotted on the ground just yet. If there is one, it's still moving towards the northeast at about 20 miles per hour. So just as you said, it is a slow mover, and it's about Hazelhurst, 7 miles southwest of Hazelhurst right now. So as you Jeremy just said, it make its way towards Hazelhurst by about 4:25. So stay in your safe place for now. That warning could be extended. There's no word on that just yet, but it's definitely still showing a little bit of rotation. And there's that funnel cloud.
Yeah, we can get our real-time storm reports in here. And this was in the Coffee County area, West Green, same cell that prompted the tornado warning for the Denton area. Again, we have not had any damage reports or other storm reports out of Denton. Sometimes they can be relayed a little bit. We want everyone to be taking shelter in the safe location of their home or office right now. Wait till that storm's gone before you send those reports in. But we can tell you a funnel cloud was spotted about that says about 3 minutes. I think it was 3 miles. Unknown if it touched down, but that was around the West Green area, somewhere within 3 miles of there, and then traveled off to the north on Highway 221. So let's get you back right now to the radar. And we'll show you this is still very close to the Denton area, maybe just trying to inch its way off to the northeast of Denton. And the tornado warning continues for 14 more minutes. It just went to 4:01, so you're within these red lines. I know some of this is very rural area out here in Jeff Davis County, but whether it's a farmhouse or a community of 100,000, you're treated the same here at WJCL 22. We are on the air to keep you and your family safe. So there it is, making its way off to the north and east. And we'll do a little more inspection, see if we can find some maybe county roads in there. Also little communities here and there that might be hiding in there. This is in the Bell Telephone Road. So if you live, I would say either side of Bell Telephone Road, you're in the tornado warning right now, and you need to be taking your tornado precautions. We keep talking about that Brooker area along Highway 221 and obviously into Denton. Those are all locations right now that the storm is directly impacting. Post Road right here, the storm is lifted to the north of you. You've actually been taken out of the tornado warning, and a little bit of good news, the National Weather Service just cleared Denton from the tornado warning. And if you're in that Snipesville Road area, you're also clear from it. Post Road, you've been removed from the tornado warning. So let's zoom out because we want to give all the communities here to the north of Brooker a little more advanced heads up. There it is. Hazelhurst, you're not included in the tornado warning, and we'll do some x-rays on this storm. We'd like to do that. The rotation still evident right in this area northeast of Denton, and the movement still about 20 miles per hour to a north or northeasterly direction. We keep mentioning the rotation that has been with this, so we can plot that here for you. There it is. That's the radar indicated rotation, the path that it has moved. So if there was at some point a little spin up tornado, it was likely somewhere in this darker shaded area, and that is continuing to move almost parallel to Highway 221. It moved near or maybe a little east of Denton, and it's going to continue its trek off to the north and east. So this is going to go about right over that Bell Telephone Road area that we just showed you within the tornado warning. We can also indicate a little bit of hail. This probably went near and also off to the east of the Denton area. Some of you very likely saw penny to quarter size hail, and that continues to make its way into the central part of Jeff Davis County. We'll also go back in here. We try to just look every once in a while, not seeing anything to our trained eye that would say, hey, a lot of debris is being thrown in the air. Right now, debris tracker not really picking up anything. That is awesome news. So this is so far a radar indicated tornado, unless we get law enforcement confirmation or confirmation from a storm spotter on the ground. A little more information when it comes to that warning. It's a tornado warning, and it looks like, I think what they may be doing,
so a severe thunderstorm warning. The tornado is still possible within this severe thunderstorm warning. That's the yellow lines that you see on the screen, and this is still for Jeff Davis County. They've extended this until 4:30, but even within this storm, they're saying winds up to about 60 miles per hour. It's definitely breezy, maybe not up to 60, but we are seeing that hail up to about an inch, and that's for Jeff Davis County until 4:30. So if they do extend that tornado warning once it does expire at 4:15, it should stay within the severe thunderstorm warning because the tornado is still possible. So that is telling us that the tornado is not on the ground. It has not been confirmed, but the conditions are there and the rotation is there that a tornado could form.
Okay. So I just stepped off to the side. We're still looking at maybe just a little bit of that rotation that was passing its way by the Denton area. So one thing we probably like to see is that what they may do is transition this to within these yellow lines here, a severe thunderstorm warning. Is this may expire in about 10 minutes. 4:15 is the expiration time for the tornado warning. But something we were noticing, we were the first station on, but we were really analyzing the radar all afternoon long. And what these thunderstorms do is they pulse up, they might weaken a little bit, pulse up again. So this one could be cycling just a little bit. And we'll go in to show you where, if there is some rotation that still exists within this, where that would be located, because Hazelhurst, you would be up next with this, a little bit of rotation. Let's go and do that storm analysis for you, show you exactly where we think there could be just a little bit of spin taking place, and it's now cleared the Denton area, so you've been removed from the tornado warning. Hazelhurst, you're in that severe thunderstorm warning. That would mainly be for some stronger straight line winds and also the potential for hail. The hail, we think, was probably at least penny to quarter size at one point there in far southern Jeff Davis County. Still lots of lightning strikes, so you don't want to go outside, just say, hey, I'm going to look around, see if I can spot maybe a cool cloud or some rotation. Not a good idea. Usually lightning's a top 3 weather killer every single year. You don't know where it's going to come down. And all these white dots, those are lightning strikes just within about the last 10 to 15 minutes. So Hazelhurst, you are going to see kind of a nasty, strong thunderstorm roll through your area, but at least right now, the rotation, it has weakened maybe a little bit, and it's just radar indicated at this hour. So we'll rely on our spotters that we have out in Jeff Davis County, also law enforcement, as they'll be relaying their weather reports. If you happen to step outside once you're given the all clear, you see a little damage, maybe a tree down, you get a call from a friend or family member that lives down the road, relay that report to us. We also have our live chat up with the National Weather Service. As long as you give us a general location where you're at, we can pass that along. And if you happen to know the time that you first spotted it, that is also great. So we're going to loop this for you, show you where it's moving. And also we're going to go back to our home view here because we also want to keep everyone up to date. Have been some weather issues up in the low country today, but that's primarily just rain and lightning. That delay earlier at the RBC Heritage, that was a lightning delay. We have a huge gap right here where there could be a solid 2-3 hours or more of dry weather between the rain to the north, occasional rumble of thunder, and then that severe weather threat down to our south. And what we have to watch as we go through really probably the next 2 or 3 hours is this line goes all the way down to Jacksonville. A tornado watch near and south of the Altamaha River continues until 7 p.m. this evening. And what I'll do here is move our radar a little bit to show you there's still a lot of thunderstorm activity that has to move through. Right here's Jacksonville. They have some stronger storms rolling through right now. And then we'll have to keep a close eye on Bacon County, Pierce County, Waycross right now, thunderstorm moving through, and then Appling and Wayne counties, as these are some pretty strong storms just below severe levels right now. Certainly you could get a wind gust 40 to 50 miles per hour, some smaller size hail, and if it's like this storm right here, maybe enough rotation to prompt a tornado warning. But if a warning is issued, definitely, you know, we will be on the air keeping you up to date the entire time. So let's go zoom in once again. We've shown you the low country, no severe weather up there, just some rains, maybe a rumble of thunder. Quiet in Savannah, Hinesville, Richmond Hill, Pooler, Springfield, Rincon, and Claxton. But it's our southern tier counties. That is what we are keeping a very close eye on as we go through the next several hours. We'll pause the radar once again and give everyone the very latest here with some of these warnings that we have for mainly Jeff Davis County. Within the red lines, continues to get trimmed down. Tornado warning, it goes another less than 6 minutes. And if that's expired, we'll get off the air and send it back to programming, but certainly we want to keep everyone up to date when there is a threat of a tornado, especially it is just to the south of Hazelhurst, that rotation. Within the yellow lines here, that is a severe thunderstorm warning. That goes a little bit longer. That goes until 4:30 this afternoon. Could be penny, quarter-size hail, strong winds 50 to 60 miles per hour contained within that. And this is all traveling its way up to the north. I'll get an update here from Victoria of any potential storm spotter reports coming in.
There are no reports, but
also how fast this is moving as well.
It's still moving towards northeast at 20 miles per hour, so it's keeping that same pace. But they said they extended or put out a new severe thunderstorm warning because the rotation is so broad, but it is moving towards Hazelhurst in the next about 15 to 20 minutes, or just towards the east of Hazelhurst. So that severe thunderstorm warning is to cover it moving towards that direction, the lightning, the hail, and the heavy rain. But they have not said if they are going to expire or extend the tornado warning. So that severe thunderstorm warning is to cover the rest of Jeff Davis until this does move out.
Okay. And cities within the path of the storm, we've been highlighting this. Hazelhurst, 421, just over 10 minutes away from you. Lumber City, about 433. And then our friends in the McNatt Falls area, Uvalde, 4:58 is when the arrival time is there. You can see the list of the cities here, also the potential arrival times. The tornado warning will be expiring here in just a few minutes, but we'll just hang through it. And I'll zoom down one more time to give you the very latest. We can do a little bit more storm analysis with this. Also look at maybe some of the potential for hail within this storm. We've been talking about the winds quite a bit. May just transition to a little more of a storm that produces some hail. So let's start with hail, and then we'll take a final look at the potential for any rotation within that. The hail tracker right now continues to bring this into the central part of the county. So if it would hold together, maybe you see some dime or penny-sized hail in the Hazelhurst area. It looks like it potentially could have weakened a little bit. We can go to our velocity. Fairly broad rotation right now. Earlier to the south of Denton, it was much more concentrated. It tightened up a little bit with that thunderstorm. The rotation a little bit stronger. Now it's sort of over a wider range here with that rotating thunderstorm. Certainly there could be some other storms that develop within this line, maybe approaching Bacon, Pierce, Appling, or Wayne counties. They could prompt a tornado warning this afternoon, something we will be keeping a very close eye on. Also, we can give you a little glimpse here of the shear tracks, and there it is. Notice how it was a little bit wider down here, a little stronger as it was approaching that county line, as it headed towards Denton, curved a little bit more to a northeasterly direction, and still some radar indicated rotation right along this line, and that's probably the best estimate of the radar where that rotation has been with our rotation tracker, and that's continuing its way to the north and east. So Hazelhurst, a lot of heavy rain with this, all kinds of lightning, low end chance of a spin up tornado in Jeff Davis County, but certainly We're going to watch this 2.5 more minutes. Once the warning's expired, we're going to toss it back to programming, and then we'll be watching that line as it moves into some of these southern tier areas. So Jeff Davis County, is this tornado warning hopefully is allowed to expire, be in the clear from this tornado warn cell. But these are some pulse thunderstorms. We'll be watching them very closely. We'll back the view out here once again because it extends down towards Waycross, Blackshear, approaching Alma. Baxley, you have to watch these storms. Same for Jessup. And the tornado watch will be going until 7 p.m. So just as a reminder, a watch just means, hey, be prepared. Conditions are favorable for the development of tornadoes. And what we've been talking about here for about the last half hour is a tornado warning. I always say that requires you to take some sort of action to keep you and your family safe. So it could be radar indicated or spotted by law enforcement or a trained weather spotter. Our case today, it was a warning that was spotted on radar. Tornado watch. Let's go over this information and then we'll toss it to Victoria to just wrap things up if there's any new reports, and then we'll send it back to programming. Tornado watch till 7 p.m. for all counties shaded in red. That includes Glenn County, Wayne County, Pierce County, Appling, Bacon, Coffee, and Jeff Davis County. So the watch has been trimmed back a little bit. It's this one line that's going to continue to advance to the north late afternoon, maybe very early evening. So if that moves through, that is pretty much it. And then we'll be able to say the coast is clear here for us across southeast Georgia. No watches, no warnings anywhere to the north of I-16. So the RBC Heritage, which has been in a weather delay, should be able to resume. And I think they will be able to finish that first round without further delays. So there's the tornado watch till 7. Anything additional to add, Victoria?
Well, they just put out issued a strong thunderstorm for Bacon and Pierce County until 5. That's that line of thunderstorms you were just talking about as it lifts towards the area that's in that tornado watch. They haven't said anything else about the tornado warning, so in about 10 seconds it should be allowed to expire. But
Yeah.
there hasn't been any storm reports of trees down or more funnel clouds at the moment.
Okay, so we'll hopefully watch this go away. There it is, and just a severe thunderstorm warning for Jeff Davis County until 4:30. We will keep you updated as this line, which may be severe, lifts its way into our southern tier counties here across southeast Georgia. If you have any additional severe weather reports, please pass those along, and don't forget, we will be updating you on what to expect this evening and another chance of thunderstorms tomorrow on WJCL 22 News coming up at 5. We'll see you then.